Hi guys, and welcome back!
Hi! It's time to talk about driving. And in this video, we're going to share a step-by-step guide on how to get a driver's license in Canada. It's a very confusing process, and in this video, we're going to break it down for you. Please note that the process and time of getting a driver's license in Canada differs between provinces in Canada. So when you are to start getting your driver's license in Canada, make sure to check the province's official government website on the exact steps you need to take to get your driver's license in Canada.
And as usual, we will leave a bunch of useful links for you below this video, so don't forget to check them out. Alright, let's get driving!
Alright, so the first question we want to ask you is, do you have a driver's license issued by your home country? If you have a driver's license, when you arrive to Canada for the first time, you're allowed to drive using your driver's license between 30 and 120 days in Canada, depending on the province. Some provinces prefer you use an international driver's permit, so we would recommend you get an IDP issued in your country before you arrive to Canada. We would recommend to start the process of getting a Canadian's driver's license as soon as you arrive to Canada. If you have a driver's license and have more than 2 years of experience, you will likely be able to easily exchange your driver's license by taking a few exams, an eye exam, and a written road rules exam, and a road test. In order to make this process easier and faster for you, we would also recommend you get your driver's record document from your home country about your driving experience and get it translated to English or French, depending on the province you're going to. This will help you immensely improving your driver's experience in Canada and will reduce the time that will take for you to get your full Canadian driver's license.
If you have less than 2 years of driving experience, you will likely have to obtain a learner's permit first, before you can apply for the full license, and you have to pass a road test. The learner's permit is called differently in different provinces, but it generally imposes some limits on your driving ability, like you have to have someone who has a full license with you, and you cannot drive alone. You also have zero alcohol tolerance and time and road type driving restrictions. You'd have to hold that permit for at least a year before you can get your next type of license, which is a probationary license. There is also a limited list of countries, and if you're from one of them, you can simply exchange your driving license and just take the eye exam. Please don't forget to check the links below this video and check your province's website for the list of those exempt countries, because they might be different from province to province.
If you don't have a driver's license at all, you'll have to go through driving school. Driving school typically lasts from 3 to 6 months, and it consists of theory and practice classes. You can Google a driving school in your area, and you can almost always find a driving school that caters to your native language. But we would strongly recommend to do the course in English or French in order to practice your language and know the driving and traffic vocabulary. For novice drivers, it typically takes about 2 years to get your full driver's license. Typically, you can get the learner's permit pretty quickly by just passing the theory test, and you have it. The only thing is that you will have some restrictions that you'll have to follow, like for instance, you need to have someone with at least 2 years experience driving sitting right next to you when you drive. The process is very similar to what Anna has just talked about. And then you will have to get your probationary license, which acts a little bit more like a full license. And then you would have to wait for another year driving with your probationary license before you can get your full license. The advantage of probationary license is that you can actually drive alone. You don't need to have someone experienced sitting right next to you. But you must make sure that you still maintain your zero blood alcohol level when you're driving. And my personal recommendation is to always maintain a zero blood alcohol level.
Talking about road theory, we highly recommend you study Canadian road rules before you try taking the test. It's critical for you to know Canadian driving laws, understand traffic signs, and feel the general driving etiquette. Driving laws are strictly enforced in Canada. Penalties for breaking the law are pretty severe, resulting in large fines, vehicle confiscation, demerit points, and sometimes cancellation of your driver's license on the spot. Canadian driver's license operates with demerit points system. This system is used to keep track of all your violations and how severe those violations are. If you collect 15 points or more, your driver's license will be suspended for 30 days. Depending on the province you live in, you can download a driver's handbook that explains federal and provincial driving rules. It's important to make sure to understand the specific province's driving laws, since they can differ significantly between provinces and sometimes even cities. For instance, the city of Montreal is the only place in Canada where you're not allowed to turn right on the red signal light. Do not make mistakes like this, because not knowing the laws does not liberate you from responsibilities of not following them.
Alright, so now let's talk about the tactical steps that you can take in order to get your driver's license once you arrive to Canada. Or actually, even before you start arriving to Canada. Here's the step 1. Get your international driver's permit and the driver's record and make sure it's translated to the language recognized by Canada, English or French. This should explicitly show how long you've held a license in your country for and that your license has not been suspended or cancelled during that time. And when you're making the translation of these documents, make sure that it's made by a certified translator. Second, go to your province's website and familiarize yourself with the process of getting or exchanging your driver's license. Don't hesitate to ask questions in our Facebook group if you have specific questions. We will leave the link to our Facebook group in the pinned comments below. Once you've had all your questions answered on our Facebook group, make a list of documents you need to bring for your license exchange and fill out the application form. Next, if you don't have a driver's license, make sure to register for a driving school. You can easily Google for a driving school that suits your needs, your language preferences, as well as your budget. And regardless of your driving experience, we highly recommend you get a Canadian road test and driver's handbook and study it. So there's also an app that exists that you can install on your mobile phone and test yourself online. And once you feel like you're ready to take the official exam, you can register to take the theory exam. All you need to do is to pay a small fee before you take that exam. Once you pass the exam, if you have 2 years of experience, you can register to your road test right away. And before you take that road test, we highly recommend you take 1 or 2 classes with the local Canadian driving instructor, regardless of your driving experience. This will help you get a hold of what the driver examinators are looking for and what the Canadian driving etiquette is. Please note that you need to have a car to pass the road test. You need to rent a car in order to conduct the exam if you don't have a car. Or you can rent a car from your driving instructor or your driving school. Or ask your family or friends if they can lend you a car for a day. The road test focuses on you knowing and following all the Canadian road rules. Things like checking your blind spots, reading your signs, stopping properly on the stop sign, looking around, and following all the safety measures and precautions. In case if you have less than 2 years of experience, when you pass your theory test, you will be issued a learner's permit. You will have to hold that learner's permit for at least a year before you can move on to the next stage of getting your driver's license. And if you hold the learner's permit, you'll have to wait for a year before you can pass a road test in order to get your probationary license. And once you've passed your road test, you can get your full license right away and you can start driving right away. You will be given a piece of paper that proves that you have a driver's license. And then it'll take about 2 to 4 weeks for you to get the real driver's license card sent to you by mail.
As we mentioned before, even though the process of getting your driver's license in Canada is similar, there are still some differences between provinces. So please don't forget to check out your province's rules. And the different types of licenses can be called differently in different provinces. For example, in Quebec it's called a limited or probationary license, while in Ontario it's called a G2 license. If you have further questions, you can check out the links below this video, including the links to the official provincial and territories websites explaining all the rules on how to get your Canadian driver's license.
And once you have your Canadian driver's license and you decide to move provinces, you will have to make sure that you replace your driver's license with the province that you moved to. The process of replacing licenses between provinces is fairly easy. You just need to fill out an application and go to the driver's license office and get it replaced. We hope you now have a much better idea on how to get a driver's license in Canada. So that's it for today now, guys. If you have any questions, please let us know.
And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and smash the like button below this video to show your thank you. We hope it was helpful. And also make sure to check out this video on the right side about different interesting facts about driving in Canada.
And last but not least, join our rapidly growing Facebook community where you can meet like-minded people and get all the questions you have answered and meet new people. And we'll see you in the next video.
Stay safe!